in what language? What language did Emperor Ashok use to speak? What was his mother tongue? The language he used for talking, for speaking? What about Chandragupta Maurya? So Chandragupta Maurya was Ashok's grandfather. What language did they use? So if you look at Ashok's inscriptions, they are in Magadhi Prakrit, in the Magad region and in other parts of India. But not always, right? If you look at northern India, northwestern India, which is now Afghanistan, over there you will find their inscriptions in other languages like Aramaic also, because there was a place where you had people from other countries coming in, from other kingdoms, other regions of Eurasia coming in. So you would have to write those inscriptions in international languages. So does Ashok have inscriptions in Greek? Definitely Aramaic, but I'm not sure. But if you look at his inscriptions south of Gandhar, you will find that they are mostly written in Magadhi Prakrit, which would indicate that that was not just the state language, the official language of the state. Because if you write an inscription in that language, it means it's the official language of the state. So most likely the official language of the state was Magadhi Prakrit, and that would also have been the language he used to communicate, most likely. Beyond that, we don't have any further information. So whatever we say has to be based on whatever evidence we have. So there is Magadhi Prakrit, there is Ardha Magadhi Prakrit, perhaps, right? And that would have been the language of not just Ashok, but also his grandfather, and also probably Vishnugupta Chanakya, who would also have known Sanskrit, obviously, because he wrote the Arthashastra in Sanskrit. So yeah, and then we have later on the Kushan Empire that employed multiple languages. We also have the Gupta Empire that used classical Sanskrit in its official communications, right? So you have various empires using different languages for official communications. And it's very interesting what would that language have sounded like? We have all these historians with PhDs who hold professorships in Indian universities, but they don't want to do this research. What would a conversation in Magadhi Prakrit have sounded like? Why can't we reconstruct that language, which is definitely going to be an upper branch language of Sanskrit, so it will not be that difficult to reconstruct, but nobody has bothered to do these things. Everyone focuses on Pali for some reason. Pali, 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 Pali. What about Magadhi Prakrit? What about Maharashtri Prakrit? The ancestral language of the Marathi language. There are so many Prakrits that were spoken in India, in various parts of the subcontinent, at different times in India. Nobody has bothered to reconstruct these languages. So it's sad that that's the case. Our historians clearly have specific agendas, and they will stick to those agendas. But yeah, so the language of Emperor Ashok was most likely Magadhi Prakrit from about 2300-ish BC or 2200-ish BC, around that time.